What can you do in Sofia, Bulgaria? Well, if you're lucky, it just happens to be the Aniventure Comic Con the same weekend that you're here. This is completely unprepared, so I didn't bring any cosplay, but yeah, let's have a look at the con anyway. There's certainly a lot of people lining up to get into the con. It seems like Bulgaria has a fair amount of geeks. Let's have a look at everything there is to see at the Aniventure Comic Con in Sofia, Bulgaria. I found the layout of the convention a bit confusing at first because it's spread out into many different sections, but it actually makes a lot of sense. There's one area for anime, cosplay and merch, and there's a gaming area, and then there's a separate one for panels and meetups and stuff like that. There's a big food court outside, and there's supposed to be a main stage somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. I guess that there could be some other section that I haven't found yet, but yeah, I guess we'll see. I have to walk around a bit more. Comic-Con is living up to its name. There's a lot of artists here, like Ferran Rodriguez. Amazing to see him do his sketches live. A Lego Marvel City. Bloody hell, look at all those details. That is amazing. But is that a Batmobile of some sort? A bat plane? That does not make sense. And I think I see some other anachronistic stuff, but oh well, I'm not gonna complain. It's awesome either way. There you have it, the Council of Elrond. One does not simply walk into Mordor. You can meet a number of different cosplayers here. I'm not familiar with any of these names. I'm not sure, do you know any of those? Or are they Bulgarian celebrities? The 501st Legion is of course represented here as well. It's a little bit smaller than the Nordic Legion, but yeah, the Romanian outposts seem to be the ones here. There's a lot of cosplay at Comic-Con, as you'd expect, and the different costumes aren't all that surprising. It's the same old usual suspects as everywhere. A lot of Genshin Impact, a lot of gaming, a lot of anime. I guess that just proves that geek culture is pretty universal these days. Geeks are the same no matter where you go in the world. All in all, the Aniventure Comic Con is a good convention. There's a little bit of everything here. Everything from gaming and cosplay, of course, a lot of cosplay, to merchandise and all kinds of things. Hello, how you doing?
How is the stream?
Yeah, it's not a stream, but at least recording.
Recording for a video?
Yeah, so I'm gonna edit it for YouTube. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah, hello. Hi, how are you guys doing?
I hope they're doing well.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, people are nerdy and nice. Aside from that, there's also board games and meet and greets and celebrities and competitions. And yeah, there's tons of stuff. I see a lot of cultural appropriation here. I'm guessing that you have played Expedition 33.
Oh yes, I have about 80 hours on it.
80 hours? That's a lot.
Yes, it's an amazing game. I have about 2 or 3 playthroughs.
Bloody hell, you know, I haven't finished it yet. Is it worth playing through to the end?
Oh yes, absolutely. At first I cracked the game because it's my first turn-based game, and the night I cracked it, I played until sunrise, and then I knew, okay, I have to buy that game. I was skeptical at first because with the economy, and €40 is not a small amount, but for this game, it's well worth it.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, I guess, I mean, you should buy it if you can afford it, but if not, at least now you did it.
Yes, if you can afford it, at least you should play it and spread the word. that's the least you can do, you know, because some people can afford it, and you should at least try it.
Have you been to many Comic Cons?
This is my second one. I was at the last one last year, and I didn't have a cosplay, but this one I do. So we're enjoying it a lot more. I did travel with this one to France to visit the Carcassonne Festival last week. There was the symphony of the expedition, which I also visited.
So cool!
Yes, it was an amazing symphony. Everything was perfect except the travel.
So did you wear the costume on town?
Yes, there were a lot of people with the costume on the night of the symphony, and a lot of people enjoyed themselves. It was an amazing night.
Wow, this is hardware I haven't seen in a long time. And people are playing Doom and Diablo 2. Let me explain a bit about this hardware for you kids. That thing that is touching is a 5.25-inch floppy disk. And there's also a 3-inch floppy disk and a CD drive. Have you ever heard of stuff like that? And yes, people actually use this media before this newfangled internet thing. Everyone is happily playing all the old games, except for Pong. Nobody wants Pong. I can understand why. It is pretty boring. Why is that kid playing to win a Philips One Blade? He's not old enough to shave. One of my favorite pastimes is to look at all the VR players. They always look completely ridiculous, but this time at least there's a screen so you can see what they're seeing, sort of. The food options here are amazing and quite a bit better than the Comic Cons in Stockholm. So yeah, I guess we could learn a thing or two. And there's plenty of space as well, but I guess that's to be expected. It's Bulgaria, so people can sit outside in the scorching sun. Having a place like this in Sweden would be a little bit more difficult, especially in November. I was gonna point out that there's a bar and they're selling beer, but it's alcohol-free, so yeah, no different from Sweden. Something I didn't expect is a LARP area at the convention. It seems like this is pretty popular in Bulgaria, and it looks pretty awesome, I have to say. People aren't just dressing up, they're also beating up each other. I mean, what's not to like? We need more LARP in Sweden too. Come on, Narcon, introduce a LARP section. There's of course an artist alley filled with amazing creators of all kinds. Apparently you can build your own sushi or build your own capybara. I'm not really sure how the latter works. I think we should have a look at the merchandise as well. I was gonna say that the merchandise is pretty much similar to everything you can see at every other convention all over Europe, but it's not strictly true. For one thing, there's a lot fewer anime figures than basically any convention I've ever seen. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's a cultural thing in Bulgaria. People don't collect anime figures, or maybe it's a cost thing, or yeah, I don't know. Dobutsu stationery, that's adorable. Dobutsu is animal in Japanese, and yep, as it says on the tin, Averture Rise Kids. That was pretty much an 18+ booth. People seem to be a bit more relaxed about stuff like that in Bulgaria. Dates.bg. I have to say that sounds like a pretty suspicious online site, but no, it's just candy and stuff. Lots of people lining up for autographs. I'm not much for autographs and stuff like that, but I love the celebrity Q&As. They have 2 Q&As today, with Oona Chaplin and John Rhys-Davies. Let me show you a bit of those Q&As, and my personal favorite is of course John Rhys-Davies. I mean Gimli! I saw Gimli live! Woo!
Do you have a dream role of like a book adaptation or a movie remake, anything that has been done up to now or will still be adapted? Do you have anything that you would dream of doing, that you would dream of doing?
Yeah, there's one book. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Doris Lessing. Has anybody here read any Doris Lessing? Haha, I'm about to change your lives. Okay, Doris Lessing, she has this book series called Canopus in Argos, which is a science fiction series, and it's freaking amazing. And the second book, it's called Marriages Between Zones 3, 4, and 5, and it's one of my favorite books ever, and I would love to play that part.
I have a question about TV series that you are guest star. It was called The Legend of the Seeker, and I wanted to ask you if you knew about the first results for the book before you were accepted, and actually why did you accept that one?
There are a couple of series that I've never seen. The Legend of the Seeker was that. What part did I play in that?
In the episode, you played something like a bard that found the main characters, but then it turned out that you were the father of the evil guy.
Okay, I have no idea. Never saw it. Yes, was it any good?
The books are good. The series were not, and that's why I wanted to ask you.
I'm really helpless and hopeless for you, aren't I? I am so sorry. There are parts you play and you realize as you're doing it that nobody's ever going to see the damn thing anyway.
I would say that Bulgaria has a pretty active and live cosplay scene. There's a fair amount of people dressing up, and the quality is pretty good as well. Or, well, extremely good in some cases, I should say, and maybe more fun than good in some cases. Okay, so I see something here. Guess how old I am. I'm gonna give it a shot. So I think 62.
No,
Okay, is it higher or lower?
lower.
Okay, 20?
Lower.
Lower, okay. Let's go low. 12.
Lower.
What? Really? Okay. Not lower than 10.
What?
10. It can't be lower than 10.
No, higher.
Okay, so 11.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was actually really difficult to guess. So yeah, have many people guessed correctly?
0.
There's an anime and movies cosplay show happening at noon, and it's quite popular. I was here 20 minutes in advance and it was packed already. So I'm not going to be able to show you the best possible view, but yeah, maybe you can see something at least.
I own the radio demon. I own hell. I'm the most powerful sinner in hell. Not Lilith, not Alistair, not the beast. Me!
I see. You weren't hiding from us. You were simply waiting to strike.
Hungry, hungry.
Cheer off, you know-y.
Watch out.
This poison.
What doctor?
I coughed up the poison already. At least I can dream about digesting it. On the ground, incapacitated, the toxin coursing through my body. Master Jinshi, I was wondering,
Yes, what?
can I please have the rest of the soup?
And I think that that's about it for this visit to the Aniventure Comic Con in Sofia, Bulgaria. It's been a full day of geeky stuff and cosplay and merchandise and more geeky stuff and yeah, all of that jazz. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, remember to stay geeky out there.